How long can you survive on different planets, sorted by their distance from Earth from the closest to the furthest away? 1. Venus. Roughly 25 million miles away lies Venus. The good news? You aren't going to suffocate. The bad news? Within the very first second, you're going to be simultaneously crushed and incinerated. Taking a breath pulls 878 Fahrenheit, highly corrosive carbon dioxide gas straight into your body. Your airways instantly burn to ash while you get a split-second look at a dense, yellowish atmosphere. Then you get completely flattened by the immense atmospheric pressure, which is 90 times stronger than here on Earth. 2. Mars. 34 million miles away, Mars awaits us. Because of the super low pressure, the air in your lungs expands. If you try to hold it in, your lungs will explode. If you exhale instead, the lack of pressure sucks the remaining oxygen right out of your bloodstream while your body fluids, like your saliva and tears, start to boil. You'll black out after 15 seconds and be dead in 2 minutes. If you had a spacesuit, you'd have 8 hours here. Without one, you just get a very brief look at that beautiful, rusty orange sky. 3. Mercury. 48 million miles from us is Mercury. The good news, you basically have a choice of how you want to go out. On the sunny side, you burn up at 806 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the night side, you freeze into a solid pillar of ice at minus 292 degrees Fahrenheit. Either way, you have about 2 minutes. But since there's almost no atmosphere here, the exact same rule applies as on Mars. Pop or exhale. You have to reflexively let the air out to save your lungs. Your last sight is either a gigantic, blinding sun or the absolute pitch black of space before everything goes dark after 15 seconds. A spacesuit would extend your life a bit here. On the sunny side, it would melt away in minutes, but in the dark, it takes 1 to 2 hours to completely freeze over. 4. Jupiter. After 365 million miles, we reach Jupiter. The good news, you won't hit the ground hard, because Jupiter doesn't even have a solid surface. The bad news, you just fall unstoppably through breathtaking, swirling bands of clouds until the extreme pressure makes you implode in less than 1 second. If you breathe in during this freefall, you fill your lungs with toxic ammonia and hydrogen, instantly robbing you of your last bit of oxygen. It's a gorgeous fall, but an extremely short one. Please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me bring more videos like this to the channel. Thank you. 5. Saturn. Saturn is 745 million miles away. If you like rings, this is your planet. You get the most epic view in the entire solar system from here. Unfortunately, gale force winds are blowing at up to 1,100 miles per hour. A deep breath of freezing hydrogen literally washes the last bit of oxygen right out of your bloodstream. But that doesn't really matter anyway, because even before you fall into a coma, the massive atmospheric pressure collapses your body in under 1 second. 6. Uranus. Uranus is a whopping 1.6 billion miles away. Picture an endless freezing blue fog. Looks peaceful, right? The surprise comes with your first breath. This planet smells intensely like rotten eggs, thanks to the hydrogen sulfide. If you pull this freezing gas into your lungs, you suffer an instant toxic shock. But don't worry about the stench. The extreme pressure crushes you in less than a second anyway. 7. Neptune. At 2.6 billion miles away, we are at the edge of our solar system. On Neptune, you get tossed around in a deep blue, freezing hell with wind speeds over 1,300 miles per hour. If you try to breathe here, the minus 328 degree Fahrenheit air makes the moist tissue of your lung alveoli flash freeze and shatter on the very first breath. You get literally torn apart by supersonic storms and freeze at almost the exact same time. Your clock here runs out in well under a second. 8. Proxima Centauri b. We are leaving our solar system and traveling 4.24 light years to Proxima Centauri b. Here you see a gigantic red dwarf star hanging low in the sky. Sounds romantic, until the star suddenly flares up and blasts you with a lethal dose of radiation. Without a suit, you've got 1 to 2 minutes. If you breathe in the oxygen-free gases, your remaining oxygen just escapes from your blood. You suffocate while standing in a blinding, deadly light. If you had worn a spacesuit, it would buy you a couple of hours until the radiation finally breaks through. 9. Barnard Star B. After 6 light years, we land on Barnard Star B. Brace yourself for a gloomy, icy, rocky landscape at minus 274 degrees Fahrenheit. The cold instantly paralyzes you. With the atmosphere being extremely thin, the vacuum rule kicks in again. Hold your breath and your lungs tear. Exhale and let the freezing residual air rush in, and your windpipe instantly freezes solid. After about 2 minutes, you are ruthlessly frozen to death. A spacesuit, on the other hand, would keep you warm here for 2 to 3 hours until the permanent ice overpowers it. 10. Ross 128b, 11 light-years away, awaits one of the most peaceful deaths in the universe. Ross 128b has what seems like mild weather and a reddish, calm light. You breathe in mild but completely wrong gases, which flushes the residual oxygen right out of your body. You gasp desperately for air, but looking up at the alien sky, you fall asleep relatively pain-free after 15 seconds and are dead in 2 minutes. With a spacesuit, you'd have a fantastic 8 hours to survive here. 11. Luyten B. On Luyten B, 12.2 light-years away, you stand on rough rock in red twilight. The total lack of atmospheric pressure is your biggest enemy here. Physics forces you to panic exhale again, otherwise your lungs pop. While your saliva fizzes and literally boils on your tongue, you pass out. 2 minutes later, it's completely over for you. With a suit, you'd be safe here for 8 hours since it compensates for the deadly drop in pressure. 12. Wolf 1061c. After 13.8 light-years, you reach this planet, which always faces its star with the same side. In the twilight zone between scorching heat and freezing night, the alien toxic gases make your lung muscles cramp instantly. You cough up your last bit of oxygen in extreme pain and suffocate after barely 2 minutes with a highly picturesque view. With a spacesuit, you could chill out and watch an endless sunset for 8 solid hours. 13. Gliese 876d. 15.2 light-years away, it gets uncomfortably hot. This planet is a glowing red volcanic hell. You impact a bubbling lava surface. Breathing in here means literally pulling fire and vaporized rock into your airways. Your lungs completely vaporize from the inside out. Survival time? Significantly under a second. 14. Gliese 832c, 16.1 light-years from Earth. You instantly feel extremely heavy because the gravity is noticeably higher. A thick, blistering smog surrounds you. The outside pressure is so massive that your chest gets completely compressed. Taking a breath is almost impossible. If you manage to do it anyway, the smog chemically burns your lungs. After about a minute, you suffocate in agony on the ground. A spacesuit would give you a few hours of air here, but the heavy gravity would quickly pin you to the dirt. 15. Gliese 581c. 20.4 light-years away, we find a way more extreme version of Venus. The sky is murky and burning hot. You're basically inhaling superheated, high-pressure steam that boils your tissue before the pain signal even reaches your brain. In under 1 second, you completely vaporize in this merciless greenhouse hell. 16. Gliese 667 cc. Before we move on, I want to give a quick shout-out to my supporters. You guys honestly make videos like this possible. Also, do you want to help decide what the next video is about? Supporting the channel gives you a vote on future topics, so you can have your say. There is more information on how you can support in the description. 23.6 light-years away, you have the absolute VIP ticket for stargazers. A 3-sun system shining right above you, 1 giant red star and 2 white ones. When you breathe in, you literally flush your blood clean with oxygen-free gases. You pass out relatively fast, but the unbelievable view in those last 15 seconds is priceless before you suffocate at the 2-minute mark. With a spacesuit, you could enjoy this crazy spectacle for 8 whole hours. 17. TRAPPIST-1b. We jump 39.5 light-years to the TRAPPIST-1 system. On planet B, you are extremely close to the star. The sheer heat from the radiation has heated the gases so much that taking a single breath instantly thermally seals and melts your windpipe shut. Your skin blisters and you burn up in the blinding light in under 1 second. 18. TRAPPIST-1c. Right next door to TRAPPIST-1b, you experience a heavy, scorching, Venus-like atmosphere. Right before you die, you see massive neighboring planets hanging in the sky, as big as our moon. That's probably your last thought, because inhaling the toxic, hypercompressed gases causes instant chemical burns deep in your chest. The gigantic pressure crushes you in less than 1 second. 19. TRAPPIST-1d. This planet almost feels like a vacation back home. You fall into a lukewarm, shallow ocean. If trying to breathe instantly triggers your drowning reflex, alien water shoots straight into your lungs. You drown peacefully within 2 minutes in a strange, oxygen-free bathtub. With a spacesuit, you could float around and relax on the water here for 8 hours until you run out of air. 20. TRAPPIST-1e. On this planet, you stand in a frosty landscape under a breathtaking sky full of massive planets. The alien gases trigger a violent coughing fit right away, pushing the last usable oxygen out of your lungs. You force yourself into unconsciousness and freeze or suffocate after 2 minutes in this cold beauty. With a spacesuit, you'd have 8 hours of awesome sightseeing time here.